Ever felt like you've been completely underestimated? Like someone looked right through you and decided you were a nobody? Well, get ready for a story that will make you rethink every first impression. This is the incredible tale of a young man named Alex, who walked into a job interview hoping for a fresh start, and walked out with a mission. It was a gray, drizzly morning when Alex, dressed in his only suit, a little worn, a little too big-stepped, into the gleaming, imposing lobby of Innovate Corp, one of the city's top tech giants. His heart was pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs. This interview was everything. After months of unemployment and countless rejections, this felt like his last shot. He clutched his resume, the paper slightly damp from his nervous hands, and approached the front desk. He was led into a sterile, glass-walled conference room where 3 interviewers sat waiting. Their expressions were as cold and unforgiving as the marble table between them. The lead interviewer, a man named Mr. Harrison, barely glanced up from his laptop. "Alex Carter," he said, his voice dripping with condescension. "Let's see what we have here." He picked up Alex's resume and held it between his thumb and forefinger as if it were something distasteful. The interview was a nightmare. Every answer Alex gave was met with a smirk or a dismissive wave. They picked apart his experience, questioned his education from a state college, and scoffed at his personal projects. "Frankly, Mr. Carter," Harrison said, leaning back in his chair with an arrogant smile, "I'm not sure why you thought you were qualified for this position. Your background is unimpressive, to say the least. You're just another nobody trying to play in the big leagues." The other 2 interviewers chuckled. The word nobody echoed in the silent room, hitting Alex like a physical blow. Humiliation washed over him, hot and suffocating. He had spent weeks preparing, pouring his heart and soul into this opportunity, only to be dismissed as nothing. He managed to keep his composure, thanked them for their time with a tight voice, and walked out, his face a mask of stone. As the elevator descended, Alex's reflection stared back at him, a pale, defeated young man. But as he looked into his own eyes, the shame began to curdle, solidifying into something else. It wasn't despair. It was fire. A cold, burning rage. "Nobody," he whispered to his reflection. The word wasn't an insult anymore. It was a challenge. They had made a grave mistake. They had no idea who they had just turned away. Back in his tiny apartment, Alex didn't rip up his resume or curse his luck. Instead, he opened his laptop. For years, he had been working on a revolutionary piece of software in his spare time. It was a groundbreaking data compression algorithm, something that could save companies like Innovate Corp millions in server costs and dramatically increase their processing speeds. He had been hesitant to reveal it, hoping to develop it within a larger company. But now, the plan had changed. For the next 2 weeks, Alex didn't sleep. He lived on coffee and sheer determination, fueled by the memory of Harrison's sneering face. He refined his algorithm, created a stunning business proposal, and reached out to his one and only contact in the high-stakes world of venture capital, an old college professor who had always believed in his potential. He sent one email, attaching his work, and a simple subject line: "The next big thing." To his astonishment, his professor responded within an hour, and a day later, Alex was on a video call with a group of serious, powerful investors. They weren't like the interviewers at Innovate Corp. They listened. They asked sharp, insightful questions. They saw the genius in his code, the pure, unadulterated brilliance of his creation. When he explained how his algorithm could disrupt the entire tech industry, he saw not dismissal in their eyes, but hunger. The bidding war was fast and furious. Week in a week, Alex had secured an astronomical amount of funding, far more than he had ever dreamed of. He wasn't just a coder with a project anymore. He was the CEO of his own newly formed company, Phoenix Systems. The name felt right. He was rising from the ashes of his humiliation. But Alex wasn't satisfied. He remembered the sting of being called a nobody. He wanted more than just success. He wanted vindication. He learned that Innovate Corp, the very company that had rejected him, was in a precarious financial position. Their technology was outdated, their market share was slipping, and they were desperately seeking a lifeline. It was the perfect storm. With his newfound capital and the backing of his powerful investors, Alex made his move. He didn't apply for a job this time. He initiated a hostile takeover. His lawyers sent a formal acquisition offer to Innovate Corp's board of directors. The news sent shockwaves through the company. Who was this mysterious Phoenix Systems that had appeared out of nowhere with an offer they could impossibly refuse? 2 weeks to the day after his disastrous interview, Alex Carter walked back into the Innovate Corp headquarters. This time, he wasn't there for a job. He was there to sign the final papers. He was their new owner. He requested a meeting in the same glass-walled conference room. And there, sitting across the same marble table, was Mr. Harrison, his face pale and his hands trembling. The arrogant smirk was gone, replaced by a look of pure, unadulterated shock and fear. He had just learned the identity of his new boss. Alex sat down, a calm, confident smile playing on his lips. He picked up a pen, a gold-plated fountain pen gifted to him by his investors. He looked directly at Harrison, the man who had called him a nobody. "Mr. Harrison," Alex began, his voice smooth and steady, filled with a power that shook the room. "I believe you and I have met before. You said it was a nobody trying to play in the big leagues." He paused, letting the words hang in the air. "Well," he continued, a glint in his eye, "it turns out the league wasn't that big after all. In fact, I just bought it." He then looked at the other two interviewers, who were trying to shrink into their chairs. "You're all fired." The story of Alex Carter became a legend in the business world. It's a powerful reminder that talent, passion, and an unbreakable will can overcome any obstacle. It's a testament to the fact that you should never let anyone define your worth. The next time someone underestimates you, remember this story? Don't get angry. Get motivated. Let their doubt be the fuel that drives you to prove them wrong. Because the person they call a nobody today might just be their boss tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that proves anything is possible. See you in the next one.